Breaking news, Puerto Rico's governor resigns. You can see and hear crowds in the streets after the news is announced. The protesters who spent weeks demanding the resignation are now celebrating the overnight news. Now on your sides, Paola Suro joins us with the story. And Paola, you are from Puerto Rico, and I remember when you went back home to cover this story after Hurricane Maria.
Yeah, actually, this really touches close to home, and I actually stayed up for hours last night waiting for the announcement that eventually came around midnight. Puerto Rico Governor Rico has announced he will be resigning come August 2nd. You know, for almost 2 weeks, hundreds of thousands of Puerto Ricans took to the streets from all sides of the political spectrum, protesting for him to step down. I even had family and friends there, but this comes after 900 pages of homophobic and sexist messages were leaked. Some messages even mocked victims of Hurricane Maria. But today, after the island has gone through so much, the people celebrate because after saying he was going to stay until the end of his term, Rosselló has become the first governor to resign in Puerto Rico's modern history.
Despite having the mandate of the people who elected me democratically, today I feel that remaining in this position represents a difficulty to continue the success that's been reached.
So what now? Secretary of Justice Wanda Vázquez will become the next governor come August 2nd. She says that time will help this become a responsible and transparent transition. Ryan?
Paola, thank you. Developing now, North Korea launches 2 short-range missiles. South Korean leaders say the objects traveled 267 miles into the Sea of Japan. That country's defense ministry says it has not detected signs of any immediate threat. North Korea is unhappy with planned U.S.-South Korean military drills. Jennifer.
Well, as we kick off the day, the sky is clear again. Temperature here in the city still about 64. Technically warmer, but guys, it's another great start to the day. I would like to take my cup of coffee and sit on the patio. If you're doing the same, I don't know, send us a picture. Show you how you're enjoying the day. Coming up, though, heat is brewing when it's back.
The time is now 5:06. A Middletown family loses treasures in a robbery. Only on Not on Your Side, what she says the robbers did to her grandson when they found him home alone.
You know, even if we do get our car back, it's just going to be, different.
Also, only on 9, a vehicle is stolen from a family visiting Cincinnati for treatment at Children's. What the father says is inside, that is a matter of life and death. Only on Not on Your Side, we talked to a Missouri family whose vehicle was stolen while they're in town trying to get treatment for their daughter at Cincinnati Children's. Not on Your Side's Jake Ryle has their story.
Well, the Fernandez family traveled from just outside of St. Louis for their 2-year-old daughter's surgery at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and it was at this hotel in Covington where they were staying that their car was stolen in the middle of the night. Rayleigh is 2, but going on 3.
She's a regular kid that likes to run around and play.
And she's ready, along with her little sister, to tackle life's biggest obstacles.
A great personality. Just goofy, fun. She's just so easygoing, especially with everything that she has going on.
Her smile evident.
You know, from day one, she's been a fighter.
Kristen Fernandez, Rayleigh's mom, says her daughter has achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism. And they went to Children's for an airway surgery on July 15th.
The procedures went good. Our hotel stay was a different story, though.
The video from Covington police of 2 suspects Monday morning has this family in disbelief.
It's hard to see somebody take a car that has handicap plates, 2 car seats, and a stroller in the back.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Inside their white 2016 Nissan Pathfinder.
The underneath, we specifically got this stroller because it has so much space for her suction machine, which is a life-sustaining medical supply when your kid has a trach.
This family hours away from home already, and yet another obstacle.
Your car it's one thing, but when it comes to your kids, that's when it really affects you.
Rayleigh, not yet in school, already teaching this family a lesson, hoping for the best in this tough time. And the family has set up a Facebook fundraiser to try to cover the costs of some of that stolen equipment. We'll put that link up on WCPO.com. For now, reporting in Covington, Jake Ryle, 9 on Your Side.
The time is now 5:11. We are celebrating 70 years of WCPO. I'm looking back at a piece of history right outside the studio, how the Elsinore Tower stood the test of time for more than 130 years. Jennifer.
And we will be standing in lines maybe today at Kings Island. Oh yeah, it's a great day to hit those coasters because no rain is expected. But what will it feel like? Is humidity an issue? I'm diving into it coming up. Good morning, coming up on almost 5:15, and today no rain to worry about, still no fog developing out there. While there is still a small chance along our river valleys, it won't happen for about another 2 hours, so we're good. 56 degrees right now in Mount Healthy, Sharonville. Good morning, guys. It's 60 for you. Same thing right now in Blue Ash. And as we zoom out, maybe jump even here across the Ohio River, we've got Highland Heights at 61, Burlington, you're at 59, and then back over in Indiana, Aurora, 57 degrees. Dew points are still low, mid to upper 50s, and this is why the air mass still feels so refreshing and while we're allowed to have another cool morning. But today, sunshine reigns supreme, and with a little bit more heat, I have a feeling those neighborhood pools might start to see a few more people showing up. The last couple of days, I feel like a lot of them have been rather empty. So bring the sunglasses. Temperatures will end up in the low 80s this afternoon. I did just check today's UV index. It's considered high, so your burn time is about 15 to 20 minutes. Sunscreen is your friend. Now, for tonight, we're going to drop back into the about mid to low 60s, so not quite as cool, but it's still pleasant out there. Tomorrow, though, I mean, if you don't kick on the AC today, which I have a feeling many people will, you will definitely want to make sure the AC is back on, or at least get those fans to rotate that air around, because highs tomorrow are going to build back to the upper 80s. It's warmer, humidity kind of a factor, still not bad. It looks like tomorrow's heat index is 89. So it's not terrible. High pressure is shifting more to the east tomorrow, and that not only will allow that south flow to come back, but you'll notice in the afternoon, see those little fair weather cumulus clouds that pop in the heat of the day. Nothing alarming, but the position of that high is the reason why humidity is slowly going to make more of an appearance as we head into this weekend. And got a little thing called Get a Fest starting this weekend. It's one of 2 weekends back to back down there right along the Ohio River at Newport on the levee. 89 will be your high on Saturday. It'll start to feel sticky, so hot is the main thing. Staying well hydrated, water, again, a good choice. And then Sunday we'll see a high of 90. That's the day that's going to feel a lot more muggy. So if you're wanting to stay out of the humidity, maybe you've got those respiratory problems, Saturday's the day to kind of air toward. And then next week, shower and thunderstorm chances are back. The better chance looks like it's coming in on Tuesday. Well, good morning, Sina.
Good morning, Jen. We're keeping an eye on this report of a fallen tree. This is on Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway near Galbraith Road. Saw some buildup in the eastbound lanes here, but you can see we're now clear and green, so doesn't seem to be causing a problem. The road is not closed, so you should be okay if you're heading that way. Taking a look at 71 heading into downtown north of Victory Parkway. These lanes not too full yet, so that's pretty much a clear shot if you're heading that way. And checking back in with this construction 75 at 74 here. Saw a bit of buildup in the ramp here right by those construction vehicles, but you can see everything is moving fine now. It's busy, but no delays there, Ryan.
Good to see you, Sina. Thank you. A historical and cultural piece of work. We are talking about the iconic castle that stands right outside the newsroom. As WCPO continues its 70th birthday celebrations, I got an exclusive look inside the Elsinore Arch. One of the city's best-known landmarks sits at the corner of Gilbert Avenue and Elsinore Place. It's been here since 1883, and she has a few names: the Elsinore Arch, Elsinore Tower, or the Castle. But whatever you call it, this is a piece of history. Here's what the tower looked like in black and white back in 1886. And here's a different view through Elsinore Tower from Elsinore Avenue in Eden Park back in 1909. Being that this was built back in the 1800s, and it's still standing, that's pretty amazing.
It is, and I mean, it's a testament to the forefathers that lived here, that they built these things to last.
That's Jeff Pieper. He's the chief engineer of Cincinnati Waterworks, which maintains the castle. The tale of how it came to be was inspired after the superintendent of Waterworks attended a Shakespeare festival at Music Hall. The set for the play Hamlet included paintings of a real castle in Denmark.
He was so overwhelmed by it that he went down to the offices of Samuel Hannaford architecture firm and commissioned the castle to be built as a valve house for the waterworks.
Although it's not in use now, it was built to control the flow of water down the steep hill from the Eden Park Reservoir to water lines at Gilbert Avenue.
The control valves are still there, but they've been moved out into, underground, so they're not accessible in the castle.
Pieper knows the ins and outs, and we asked him to give us a look inside. So He climbed the 3 floors to the top, and so did I reluctantly. That was some climb.
Yes, it was. Well, here we are at the top of the castle.
Although the area around the tower has changed, the arch itself has remained the same besides a small renovation back in the 90s.
Basically, we had to tuck point the mortar joints in the stone. We restored the dedication plaques on the outside, replaced windows, generally cleaned it up.
The Queen City's castle is old, small in stature, and cost just $15,000 at the time to build. But its strength is resounding in how it stood the test of time. Well, Jennifer, what can I say? I hate heights, but tonight we will be airing our hour-long 70th anniversary special right here on 9 on Your Side and on WCPO.com. It starts at 7 p.m. Main anchor Tanya O'Rourke will take us back in time, showing us how WCPO got started.
All that goes through my mind.
The time is now 5:20. A 2-year-old takes a ride on an airport conveyor belt. How authorities say he got stuck.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung's Galaxy Fold is finally ready for launch.
The company says the folding phone will be available for purchase sometime in September. It was delayed in April after reviewers reported broken screens. The nearly $2,000 device will be sold in select markets. Tinder is rolling out a new security feature to protect LGBTQ travelers.
Users who identify as LGBTQ will no longer appear on the dating app when they visit countries where same-sex relationships are outlawed. If they opt in to make their location public, Tinder will hide their sexual orientation. And the medals for next summer's Olympics will have a recycled look.
The gold, silver, and bronze handed out in Tokyo is made from nearly 80,000 tons of parts from mobile phones and other electronics. The precious metals were then extracted